Well, hello, everyone. Hello. It got all of a sudden a heck of a winter, but my electricity is back on. And like last week, my buddy R. Hampton threw down the gauntlet and said, make a patch with the Lifeforms Sv-1. So here we go. I've got the original, or as the kids say nowadays, the OG version of the Sv-1. Now they have the Sv-1B, which as far as I can tell is exactly the same, but with a different faceplate. What's happening? I am using the clock out from the MIDI section over here, going into the 4MS quad clock, where I am speeding it up times 12 to clock grids. I am multiplying it by 2 to clock the down to the right direction on cells, and I am dividing it in half and sending that over to mutable branches for some random pulses that are driving this rampage slope, which we will get to in a moment. Cells, after I carefully tuned each cell to notes that I liked, this side, which I think is side 2, channel 2 of cells, is controlling oscillator 1 of Lifeforms, and the gate out is firing the envelope. Channel 1 of cells is controlling the pitch of oscillator 2. The sawtooth wave is going into the MMF and then into a VCA that's being controlled by Rampage. And I have tuned them so that it's just one note per row. And I have the other direction on cells being clocked by pressure gate out of pressure points. So if I hit that, it will change rows, giving me a different arpeggio and a different bass note. The main arpeggio, that's a mixture of the sub-oscillator, the saw wave, sine wave. Those are normal to the mixer, and I'm also taking the blade wave out. The blade is like a super saw, and you can use the pulse width CV that affects not only the square wave pulse width, but also the width of the blade wave. And I have that on my IntelliGel planar joystick. One of the CVs is controlling the blade width, and the other CV I am mixing with the envelope output to control the filter cutoff. So I've got some timbral control on my joystick. Now over here on pressure points, one of this top row, I'm sending through Meng-Chi split so I can attenuate 3 copies of it at different levels to control the 3 channels of grids. And so each column has a different amount of grids activity. This row here is controlling the cutoff of MMF, which is the bass is going through. And And then this row is controlling the level of that VCA and cluster, which sends the main voice through microburst, mutable clouds clone. So if I change rows, it will cause that to change, and on all of this other stuff as well. Grid's activity increases. Effect send increases. Timbre of the bass part changes. There you go. That's pretty playable, actually. I hope you enjoyed this, and I appreciate you watching. The Ko-fi, the Bandcamp, and the Patreon all still work, and I do still like money, so if you have the time or the inclination to check those out, I'd appreciate it. Of course, you can like and subscribe here on the YouTube for free, but even if you do none of those things, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one.